Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marley and today we're going to be watching V for Vendetta. I'm watching this one because it's Bonfire Night here in the UK on the 5th of November. This film has something to do with Guy Fawkes. I don't know if it's like a modern retelling of Guy Fawkes or not, because I've seen The Mask and I've always wanted to watch this one. I've always just wondered whether this story is actually just the Guy Fawkes story or not, so I'm really looking forward to seeing it. And if you weren't aware, in the UK we celebrate Bonfire Night every year on the 5th of November. So if you like watching this movie with me today, then please hit the like button and leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this one. So let's just watch it.
Remember the 5th of November. Gunpowder treason and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgotten.
Oh, we learned that when we're kids.
I know his name was Guy Fawkes, and I know in 1605 he attempted to blow up the Houses of Parliament. Who was he really? What was he like? A man can fail, he can be caught, he can be killed and forgotten, but 400 years later, an idea can still change the world. I've witnessed firsthand the power of ideas. I've seen people kill in the name of them and die defending them. They do not feel pain. They do not laugh. And it is not an idea that I miss. It is a man that made me remember the 5th of November. A man I'll never forget.
It's interesting.
Filled with wheat and tobacco.
So there's The Mask then.
I think it's payback time for a little tea. Here was a country that had everything, absolutely everything. And now, 20 years later, godlessness. Let me say that again. Godlessness.
It's quite creepy.
It wasn't the plague they created, it was judgment. No one escapes their past. No one escapes judgment. You think he's not up there? You think he's not watching over this country? Disease-ridden degenerates. They had to go. Strength through unity. Unity through faith. I'm a God-fearing Englishman and I'm goddamn proud of it.
That's quite enough of that, thank you very much.
This is so intense. Where are they going then?
Unauthorized personnel will be subject to arrest. This is for your...
Bad case of the blues. You can feel them.
Don't touch me!
It means that we exercise our own judicial discretion.
And you get to swallow it.
I've got your finger, man.
So it's an alternative UK.
The multiplying villainies of nature do swarm upon him.
It feels very Victorian.
British steel which smoked with bloody execution.
He's not going to get away.
Devotion's visage and pious action, we do sugar o'er the devil himself.
What's that mean?
Spare the rod. Mean you no harm.
Who are you?
The form following the function of what, and what I am is a man in a mask. I'm not questioning your powers of observation. I'm merely remarking upon the paradox of asking a masked man who he is.
So he's like a vigilante then.
In lieu of the more commonplace sobriquet, to suggest the character of this dramatis persona. Voila! In view, a humble vaudevillian veteran.
This is awesome.
This visage, no mere veneer of vanity, is a vestige of the vox populi, now vacant, vanished.
He speaks very Victorian era as well.
Stands vivified, and has vowed to vanquish these venal and virulent vermin, vanguarding vice and vouchsafing the violently vicious and voracious violation of volition.
Okay, he really likes to let it be.
Vengeance, a vendetta, held as a votive, not in vain, for the value and veracity of such shall one day vindicate the vigilant and the virtuous. So let me simply add that it's my very good honor to meet you, and you may call me V.
Crazy person.
I'm quite sure they will say so.
He seems like it.
Of course you are.
What does that mean?
It means that I, like God, do not play with dice and do not believe in coincidence. Are you hurt? But tell me, do you enjoy music, Evie?
I suppose.
You see, I'm a musician of sorts, and on my way to give a very special performance. Percussion instruments are my speciality, but tonight I intend to call upon the entire orchestra.
I don't think so. I think I should be getting home.
I promise you it'll be like nothing you've ever seen, and afterwards you'll return home safely.
All right.
But he's like a stranger, so...
I don't see any instruments.
It is to Madame Justice that I dedicate this concerto in honor of the holiday she seems to have taken from these parts. Tell me, do you know what day it is, Evie?
November the 4th.
Not anymore.
Ah.
Gunpowder, treason, and plot. I no reason why the gunpowder treason. Listen carefully, can you hear it? Now the brass.
I can hear it.
Here comes the crescendo!
Oh my god. That's crazy.
A recording device was found wired into the central emergency broadcast system.
Add it to the blacklist. I never want to hear that music again.
We also doubled our random sweeps and are monitoring a lot of phone surveillance, indicating a high percentage of conversation concerned with the explosion.
This is like that book, 1984, isn't it?
Our surveillance cameras captured several images of the terrorists, though the mask obviously makes retinal identification impossible. We also managed to get a picture of the girl that Creedy's men were detaining.
Oh, okay.
We located the fireworks launch and found traces of the explosives used at both sites. These devices were homemade with over-the-counter chemicals, making them very difficult to trace.
Gentlemen, this is a test. To fail is to invite doubt into everything we believe, everything that we have fought for. Doubt will plunge this country back into chaos, and I will not let that happen.
So he's trying to destroy this.
And I want him to understand what terror really means. England prevails.
This like 1984 type situation. He's trying to destroy it.
Seems that the crew responsible for the demolition of the Old Bailey wanted to give the old girl a grand, albeit improvised, send-off.
Do you believe that load of bollocks? I mean, there was no bloody demolition. I saw it, the whole thing.
Last night I was...
Oh, yeah, that's right. You went to see Daddy Dietrich, didn't you?
What?
Sorry, Patricia.
I need 2 espressos and 3 coffees from downstairs. And Dietrich is ready for his tea.
I don't get it.
Oh, okay. So she's meeting up with someone.
It's hysterical, but you'll never get it approved. I don't recall ever getting stood up by a more attractive woman.
Mr. Dietrich.
Gordon, please. I don't need Mr. to make this body feel any older.
Didn't know he was in this.
Sadly, after last night, I think our curfew will only get worse.
Can't imagine a curfew happening.
Gotcha.
Oh, actually, I can. Lockdowns.
They're filled with bombs.
Well, wait till commercials to set them off, OK?
I can't believe you watched that shit.
What? Laser Lass is banging.
What's all that?
Not sure they just arrived. Marked for stage 3.
Must be Prothero. I wish someone had the balls to tell that brat that this station ain't his playground. What the hell is this? Just put them over there until I can figure out what they're for.
She recognised it, didn't she?
They were detained when she was 12. What happened to her? Juvenile Reclamation Project for 5 years. Shit. We're gonna need backup, but keep it minimal.
Oh.
Wants to talk to her before she disappears into one of Creedy's black bags.
Oh no.
If you show me ID or I'll get Storm Saxon on your ass.
Fucking hell.
Will all personnel please evacuate the building? This is not a drill.
What the bloody hell's going on here?
It's jammed.
Break it down.
Please, out of the way!
I recognised him as well.
Damn it! Clear the hall.
Help! For God's sake, don't touch it.
Dad, what's telly?
Good evening, London.
Oh.
I do, like many of you, appreciate the comforts of the everyday routine. I enjoy them as much as any bloke. Words offer the means to meaning, and for those who will listen, the enunciation of truth.
You designed it, sir. You wanted it foolproof. You told me every television in London.
I understand the anonymous link to
Cameras.
Your submission.
We need cameras.
How did this happen? Who's to blame? Well, certainly there are those who are more responsible than others, and they will be held accountable. If you're looking for the guilty, you need only look into a mirror.
Ooh.
Fear got the best of you, and in your panic you turned to the now High Chancellor Adam Sutler. He promised you order, he promised you peace.
This isn't what I thought it was going to be at all.
Inspector, you're almost through.
Last night I sought to end that silence. Last night I destroyed the Old Bailey to remind this country of what it has forgotten. was to remind the world that fairness, justice, and freedom are more than words. They are perspectives.
Yeah.
But if you see what I see, if you feel as I feel, and if you would seek as I seek, then I ask you to stand beside me, and together we shall give them a 5th of November that shall never, ever be forgotten.
Ooh, this is awesome.
Kerosene fog. He's using our smoke machines.
Cover the exits. No one gets out. The rest of you follow me. Right out.
Please don't shoot! Under fire!
You put masks on all of us. Oh,
Jesus.
my leg.
I'll shoot you! Please! Nobody move! You're wearing a mask. Get down on your knees, now!
Get the masks off.
Please hurry! There's a bomb wired to the timer in the control booth.
Get anyone not wearing a mask out of here.
Yes, sir.
Marshal.
Sir.
Help carry this man. Everyone else, let's go.
It's a good trick, though. We've got enough time.
Good God.
Hurry up, you lot! Come on! Everybody out!
Let's go.
It's him! It's him! On your knees! On your knees!
It's not going to be. Whoa.
I did it. I must say that I'm rather astonished by the response time of London's finest. I hadn't expected you to be quite so Johnny on the spot.
We were here before you even got started. Bad luck, chummy.
What? Why does he hit her like that for?
A psychotic terrorist, identified only as the letter V. We've just received this footage of a daring police raid.
Stay where you are, we'll shoot! Stay where you are!
Initial report, but at this time it's believed that during this heroic raid, the terrorist was shot and killed.
Bollocks.
Again, from what we've been told by authorities...
Right there. What's he thinking? Is he considering leaving her after she just saved him?
He's a terrorist. You can't expect him to act like you or me.
She's stuck with him.
Oh, so now she's there. I wonder who he is under the mask. So he's actually a good person. Oh, I like this.
You scared me.
My apologies. You feeling all right?
Yes, thank you. What is this place?
It's my home. I call it the Shadow Gallery.
He likes his butterflies, doesn't he?
Oh, here and there, much of it from the vaults of the Ministry of Objectionable Materials.
God, if they ever find this place.
I suspect if they do find this place, a few bits of art will be the least of their worries.
I must have been out of my mind.
Or is that what you really think, or is that what they'd want you to think?
I think I should
They
go.
banned museum articles.
You have to understand, Evie, I didn't want this for either of us, but I couldn't see any other way. You were unconscious, and I had to make a decision. If I'd left you there, right now, you'd be in one of Creedy's interrogation cells.
Is he trying to help her, though?
And, in all probability, kill you in the pursuit of finding me.
But I don't even know where this is. We could be anywhere.
You know it's underground. You know the color of the stone. That'd be enough for a clever man.
What are you saying? I have to stay here.
Only until I'm done. After the 5th, I no longer think it'll matter.
You mean a year from now? I have to stay here for a year. You should have left me alone.
No. I can't tell if he's trying to help her or, like, brainwash her.
I understand what you did for me, and I want you to know I am grateful. Your hands.
Yes. There. That's better. I hope I didn't put you off your appetite.
No, please. It's just, you're right.
Oh, yes,
How
yes.
can he wear the mask all the time?
There was a fire. Ancient history for some. Not really very good table conversation. Now, would you care for a cup of tea with your egg?
Yes, thank you. I'm starving, actually. It was delicious.
Good.
I haven't had real butter since I was a little girl.
Oh.
I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares more is none.
Macbeth.
Very good.
When I was 9, I played violin 12th night. Mum was very proud.
Where's your mother now?
You really think that blowing up Parliament's going to make this country a better place? Well, I think you can be pretty certain that if anyone does show up, Creedy will black bag every one of them.
People should not be afraid of their governments. The building is a symbol, as is the act of destroying it. Symbols are given power by people. Alone, a symbol is meaningless, but with enough people, blowing up a building can change the world.
Yeah, he's not wrong, is he? Like, in the meaning of things.
When I arrive in the morning, the paddy will be gone. I'm looking at the tape right now, and he has no idea how to like me. My nose looks like Big Ben. And so does every lazy on this show, and that includes you. Find another DOP or find yourself another job.
So he is like that in real life.
I wish I'd had the chance for a face-to-face. Just one chance, that's all I need. This so-called V
Oh, it's weird that he's doing that.
is good guys win, bad guys lose. And as always, England prevails. Holy Christ! Jesus!
Don't worry, I've made sure our reunion won't be disturbed by any pesky late-night phone calls. Commander.
Stop that. Why do you keep calling me that?
That was your title, remember? When we first met all those years ago.
It is you.
The ghost
Oh
of
my
Christmas
god.
past.
Dascom.
Chancellor Sattler agreed for obvious reasons. We have to keep this discreet. It could be devastating to our credibility. Perhaps a stroke. Quiet, dignified death in his sleep.
Okay.
That cam goes with kindness. The same MO as before. But we got an elevator log ID. She's in deep, Inspector.
My fat metal friend. Hope I didn't wake you. My favorite film, The Count of Monte Cristo.
My sword, Mondego, but your past that disarmed you.
Never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Would you like to?
Does it have a happy ending? Okay, put the sword away.
Forensics just wrapped. No prints, no hair, no fibers. The guy's like a ghost.
Did you know Louis Prothero was one of the richest men in the country before he became the voice of London?
That's interesting.
Biodoxic and St. Mary's in less than a week. Coincidence?
When you're at this as long as I've been, you stop believing in coincidence.
Come up.
You find your own tree.
But it made me feel sorry for Mercedes, because he cared more about revenge than he did about her.
Stated as news of the most popular.
Wait, what's this?
A man known to the entire nation as the Voice of London passed away late last night from apparent heart failure.
She's lying.
He dedicated his life to his country.
How do you know?
This is very interesting.
And it came as no surprise to those who knew him that his body was found at his office, where he often worked long hours after everyone else had gone home. Lewis, you will be sorely missed.
It's very,
V, yesterday I couldn't find my ID. You didn't take it, did you?
Would you prefer a lie or the truth?
Did you have anything to do with that?
Yes, I killed him.
Oh, God.
You're up, sir? No objection there.
What?
Violence can be used for good.
What are you talking about?
It's just a harsh world that they live in, isn't it?
And are you going to kill more people?
Yes.
Take a look at this. Prothero's military.
Okay.
Do you think there's a connection between our boy and Lark Hill?
It might explain the connection between him and the Hammond
It's a
girl.
corrupt version of the UK.
Your records are either deleted, omitted, or missing. As head of the detention program at that time...
Before you go any further, let me remind you, Inspector, things were very chaotic back then. We all did what we had to do. And in those circumstances, we did the best we could. And that's all I have to say.
Okay, then.
You can do this. Hi. I've been thinking. There's something I want to ask you. I don't think you understand why unless you know a few things about me. You would have liked him. He used to say that artists use lies to tell the truth while politicians use them to cover the truth up. My brother was one of the students at St. Mary's. After he died, my parents became political. They protested the war and the reclamation.
Okay. So she understands then.
I watched on the television, thinking I was going to see my parents killed. I remember them arguing at night. Mum wanted to leave the country. Dad refused.
Wow.
I never saw them again. It was like those black bags erased them from the
That is
face of the earth.
so harsh. That's horrible.
Sorry, I'm not like my parents. I wish I was, but... I wish I wasn't afraid all the time, but I am. Screwed up, believe me, I know it better than most. Which is why I wanted to ask if there's anything I can do to help make it right. Please let me know.
That's so good.
One thing is true of all governments. The most reliable records are tax records.
It appears that the original electronic records have all been lost, but I found this hard copy filed in the code vault.
By the power of truth, I, while living, have conquered the universe.
Personal motto.
I was wondering if your offer to help was still standing. As a result, I'm in need of someone with some theatrical skill. I believe you will.
Ooh.
He's paid almost 200 grand a month.
Looks like he was promoted. He's a bishop now.
She has arrived, but with some confusion at the agency, and they've sent a new girl who I'm afraid is a little older than usual.
She's not
Too old, I trust.
Your Grace.
To think that I doubted your loveliness for an instant. Poor my child.
Oh, creepy.
Someone's coming and I think he means to kill you. I've been the prisoner of the terrorist named V for the past several weeks, and I am telling you that any moment he's going to come through that door because I unlocked the window in the room where Dennis told me to get ready.
It's a game I've never played. What a delightful mind you have. I hope the rest of you is just as interesting.
Stop it! Get off of me!
Seems like I've captured a dangerous terrier now. Oh, you little bitch.
Reverend.
Oh, my God.
Thus I clothe my naked villainy with old odd ends, stolen for
Oh my God.
when most I play the devil.
Oh, please, have mercy.
This is really messed up.
What the?
I don't want to die!
This is Surveillance 109. We have an emergency.
Run every name in that file. I want the whereabouts of all of them. Yeah. Keep going, I'll handle it.
I mean, some people are just...
It'll be hard to run an investigation if you're detaining all my witnesses.
The security of information is paramount.
Are you saying I'm under surveillance, Mr. Creedy?
And concentrate on the concerns of our present.
You mean Lark Hill?
Isn't everyone under surveillance?
If I were you, Chief Inspector, I'd find the terrorist. And I'd find him soon.
I didn't know where else to go. Gordon, I know every cop in this country's looking for me. I know it's horrible of me to come here to put you in this situation.
Evie.
If they find me here, you could be in terrible trouble.
If the government ever searched my house, you would be the least of my problems.
What else is going on?
That's God Save the Queen. My parents took me to when they hung it at Gallery 12.
Cost me more than this house. But no matter how bad I feel, it always cheers me up. It's a copy of the Quran, 14th century. I don't have to be Muslim to find the images beautiful or its poetry moving.
For some reason, I don't trust him.
Because in this world, if I were to invite who I desired, I'd undoubtedly find myself without a home, let alone a television show. And the truth is, after so many years, you begin to lose more than just your appetite. You wear a mask for so long, you forget who you were beneath it.
Yeah.
It's a scarlet Carson. They're believed to be extinct.
He leaves them at the crime scenes. I'd appreciate it if you could have a look at it. Any information could be helpful. My God, he's killed them all.
He's got big legs.
After they shut it down, she disappeared. 2 years, till she applied for an overseas visa, which was denied. Because after that, all record of her seems to stop.
Already?
Call him again, I want that name.
Dr. Diana Stanton changed the name of Delia Surridge.
Coroner?
Yep.
Jesus, I just saw him.
Ah.
It's you, isn't it? You've come to kill me.
Why does she want him to kill her?
What they did was only possible because of you.
Oppenheimer was able to change more than a course of a war, change the entire course of human history.
I've not come for what you hoped to do.
I wasn't sure you were the terrorist until I saw it. What a strange coincidence that I should be given one today.
There are no coincidences, Delia.
You're going to kill me now.
I killed you 10 minutes ago while you slept.
Is there any pain?
No.
Thank you. Is it meaningless to apologize?
Oh, that's horrible.
Am I to understand that you have read this document, Inspector?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone else read it?
No, sir.
Then let me make this perfectly clear to you. Any discussion of this document or its contents will be regarded at the very least as an act of sedition, if not a willful act of treason.
My first batch of subjects arrived today, and I have to admit that I'm very excited. I keep wondering if these people knew how they might be helping their country, if they would act any differently. They're so weak and pathetic. They never look you in the eye. 75% are now deceased.
Wow, this is really crazy.
He exhibits none of the immune system. The subject said he could no longer remember who he was or where he was from. Whoever he was, he is now the key to our dream and the hope that all of this will not have been in vain. November the 5th. It started last night. I understand how it could have happened when I saw him, the man from room 5. He looked at me, not with eyes. There were no eyes, but I know he was looking at me because I felt.
Wow, he had no eyes.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. We call it eggy in the basket. My mum used to make them.
This is weird. The first morning I was with him, he made me eggs just like this.
I am V. You're stunned, I know. It's hard to believe, isn't it, that beneath this wrinkled, well-fed exterior, there lies a dangerous killing machine with a fetish for Fawkesian masks.
That is not funny, Gordon.
I'm useless without a studio audience.
I've seen people go to jail for less than that.
Of course, he was right, wasn't he? There is something wrong with this country.
Morning, Inspector.
Ask a question, Dominic. The question I have to ask is, what if the worst, the most horrifying biological attack in this country's history was not the work of religious extremists? And maybe that's really what happened. But I see this chain of events, these coincidences. I have to ask, what if that isn't what happened?
Yeah, there's no coincidences.
If our own government was responsible for what happened at St. Mary's and Three Waters, if our own government was responsible for the deaths of almost 100,000 people, would you really want to know?
That's interesting.
Mr. Creedy.
We're handling it as best we can, Chancellor. Arrests are as high as they've been since the Reclamation.
I want more than arrests. I want results.
He's so scary.
I think this could be the best show you've ever done. You're not going to believe it. As a matter of fact, I don't think I did. Would you please give a very warm welcome to our own Chancellor, Adam Sattler? I understand you enjoy a glass every night, Chancellor.
Since I was a boy, the terrorist was never a serious concern.
Chancellor. Why, you say that he's not still alive and active?
The terrorist! Terrorist! Get him!
Oh, dear.
That's quite funny.
Oh, death! I am the Chancellor! Imposter! Shoot that traitor!
The Benny Hill music.
Ready! Hey!
This is so funny, like, from a UK perspective.
Protect me. You've hired him years ago to be my mother.
You're mad.
Either that or I wasn't breastfed.
Is everything a joke to you, Gordon?
Do some boring fundraiser, and in the meantime, our ratings will go through the roof. It'll be fine. Trust me.
It's all about the view.
Give me a hide!
Not so funny now, is it? Funny man.
Oh, no. Oh. Could have really hurt yourself.
No.
You've been formally charged with 3 counts of murder, the bombing of government property, conspiracy to commit terrorism, treason, and sedition. The penalty for which is death by firing squad.
What? Oh my God.
To save your life, you must tell us the identity or whereabouts of Codename V.
I don't know.
Leads to his capture, you will be released from this facility immediately. You can return to your life, Miss Hammond. All you have to do is cooperate.
I don't know if she's going to. Oh my God. This is so dark. That is so dark. So, is she going to say then? Because I feel like she's not going to.
My name is Valerie. I don't think I'll live much longer, and I wanted to tell someone about my life. This is the only autobiography that I will ever write, and God, I'm writing it on toilet paper. It was at school that I met my first girlfriend. Her name was Sarah. I thought we would love each other forever. I remember our teacher telling us that it was an adolescent phase that people outgrew. Sarah did. I didn't. That year, I came out to my parents. My father wouldn't look at me. He told me to go and never come back. My mother said nothing. It is the very last inch of us, but within that inch, we are free.
It ends whenever you want it to. Just tell us where he is.
I don't know.
Wow, she's so brave.
And in 2015, I starred in my first film. That was how I met Ruth. The first time we kissed, I knew I never wanted to kiss any other lips but hers again. I remember how different became dangerous. I still don't understand it, why they hate us so much. They took Ruth while she was out buying food. I've never cried so hard in my life. It wasn't long till they came for me. I shall die here. Every inch of me shall perish. I hope that whoever you are, you escape this place. I hope that the world turns and that things get better. And even though I may never meet you, laugh with you, cry with you, or kiss you. I love you. With all my heart, I love you.
And that unless you are ready to offer your cooperation, you are to be executed. Are you ready to cooperate?
No.
Very well.
She stands in her ground.
Arrange a detail of 6 men and take her out behind the chemical shed and shoot her.
Oh my god.
It's time.
I'm ready.
Look, all they want is one little piece of information. Just give them something, anything.
Thank you. But I'd rather die behind the chemical sheds.
Then you have no fear anymore. You're completely free. Hello, Evie.
It was you.
Yeah.
That wasn't real.
I thought they'd arrest him, but when they found a Quran in his house, they had him executed. Fortunately, I got to you before they did.
He got to
Oh my god, I can't believe he did that to her.
I know you may never forgive me, but nor will you ever understand how hard it was for me to do what I did. But each time you refused to give in. I knew I couldn't.
You're sick. You're
He
evil.
is, he's brainwashing her.
Why?
Leave me alone. I hate you.
That's it! See, at first, I thought it was hate, too. Hate was all I knew.
He's trying to break her down.
I don't want to hear your lies.
Your own father said that artists use lies to tell the truth. But because you believed it, you found something true about yourself.
No. I can't feel anything anymore.
Don't run from it, Evie. You've been running all your life. It's maybe the most important moment of your life. Commit to it. The only thing you had left was your life, but it wasn't, was it?
I felt free and dizzy. Please, I need to be outside.
There's a lift. It'll take us to the roof.
So it worked then, what he did.
Got us in the rain.
You won't find any more locked doors here.
I thought about keeping this, but it didn't seem right knowing you wrote it.
I didn't. May I show you something before you go?
She was real.
Yes.
Did you know her?
No, she wrote the letter just before she died, and I delivered it to you as it had been delivered to me.
Oh. So he was one who had it.
What was done to me created me.
Is that how you see it? Like an equation?
What was done to me was monstrous.
And they created a monster.
Do you know where you'll go?
No. That would have scared me before, but I suppose I should thank you. Goodbye.
Evie, may I ask you for something? If I had one wish, I would wish to see you again, if only once, before the 5th.
All right.
Thank you.
Is he in love with her? Oh, he's really upset.
Have any evidence to support this conclusion, Mr. Finch?
No, sir. Just a feeling.
If I am sure of anything, Inspector Finch, it is that this government will not survive if it is to be subject to your feelings. I want everyone to remember why they need us.
In the former United... Oh, I don't like him.
Percy, Robert Keyes, William Rookwood. The day after the St. Mary's outbreak, Percy gives his Beretta a blowjob. Keyes dies in a fire. Rookwood goes missing.
Interesting.
How do you know it was you? What do we do?
I'm a cop. I have to know.
Came when they opened it, gave me the collie wobbles.
Still does.
It's really creepy.
Eventually, his party launches a special project in the name of national security. At first, it's believed to be a search for biological weapons. This project is power. Complete and total hegemonic domination.
Wow, that's like my worst nightmare.
He is a man seemingly without a conscience, for whom the ends always justify the means, and it is he who suggests that their target should not be an enemy of the country, but rather the country itself.
Wow.
Before the St. Mary's crisis, no one would have predicted the results of the election that year, no one. And then not long after the election, lo and behold, some believed it was the work of God himself. The rest, as they say, is history.
Can you prove any of this?
Why do you think I'm still alive? Put Creedy under 24-hour surveillance. When I feel safe that he can't pick his nose without you knowing, I'll contact you again.
Okay, then.
Why didn't you come forward before? What were you waiting for?
Well, for you, Inspector. I needed you.
Oh.
A man as smart as you has probably considered this. A man as smart as you probably has a plan. That plan is the reason Sutler no longer trusts you. Oh, a man as smart as you, I think, knows otherwise.
What do you want?
Sutler. Creedy, you knew this was coming. You knew that one day it'd be you or him. That's
yeah,
why
he did, didn't he?
If you accept, put an X on your front door.
Why should I trust you?
Because it's the only way you're ever going to stop me.
We found him. William Rookwood, the one you've been looking for. I saw your MP report a couple of weeks back. Perfect dental match. He was a floater. A couple of fishermen picked him up. No ID, never solved. Till now, that is.
William Rookwood is dead.
I'd say so. 20 years now.
Ooh. Ugh, this is crazy.
Chancellor, we do not have the adequate force.
We are being buried beneath the avalanche of your inadequacies, Mr. Creedy!
I'll get it.
Eric Finch?
Yeah.
How many went out? So far, we count 8 boxcars, several 100,000 at least. Christ.
I want any...
The problem is that he knows us better than we know ourselves. That's why I went to Lark Hill last night. There wasn't much left, but when I was there, it was strange. I suddenly had this feeling that everything was connected.
It is all connected.
Felt like I could see everything that had happened and everything that was going to happen. It was like a perfect pat laid out in front of me, and I realized that we were all...
Wow.
So do you know what's going to happen?
It was a feeling, but I can guess. With so much chaos, someone will do something stupid.
Oh my god.
Sutler will be forced to do the only thing he knows how to do. At which point, all V needs to do is keep his word.
Ooh, oh my god.
Tonight's your big night. You ready for it? Are we ready for
It's
it?
gonna go crazy.
I missed this song.
I didn't think you'd come.
I said I would.
I must confess, every time I heard a siren, I worried about you.
I worried about myself for a while.
Oh.
I have a gift for you, Evie, but before I give it to you, I'd like to ask you something. Would you dance with me? A revolution without dancing is a revolution not worth having.
I'd love to.
Tonight, I will speak directly to these...
It was strange to suddenly see your face everywhere.
Conceal me what I am, and be my aid for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent.
Twelfth night.
Viola.
I don't understand.
What?
I don't even know what you really look like.
Evie, please. There is a face beneath this
Strange that she can fall in love with someone she's never really seen.
They do. What do you think will happen?
Well, it usually happens when people without guns stand up to people with guns.
The underground. I thought they closed us all down.
They did. It will if you wanted to. This is my gift to you, Evie. Everything that I have, my home, my books, the gallery, this train, I'm leaving to you to do with what you will.
Okay, so he's leaving.
The world that I'm a part of and that I helped shape will end tonight. The time has come for me to meet my maker and to repay him in kind for all that he's done.
You could let it go. We could leave here together.
I've no tree waiting for me.
He's not gonna leave, he's gonna die. So she did fall in love with him.
Where is he?
All unpunished.
Penny for the guy. I've kept my side of the bargain, but have you kept yours?
But most of all, we must remain human. Tonight, I give you my most solemn vow that justice will be... It will be righteous, and it will be without mercy.
At last. I have something for you, Chancellor. A farewell gift. For all the things you've done, for the things you might have done, for the only thing you have left. Goodbye, Chancellor.
Disgusting. Have a look at your face. Take off your
He's
mask.
not going to. He's good at fighting, isn't he?
The only thing that you and I have in common, Mr. Creedy, is we're both about to die. With my hands around your neck.
We've swept this place. You've got nothing.
I mean, he will do what he's saying.
Now, what you have are bullets, and the hope that when your guns are empty, I'm no longer standing, because if I am, you'll all be dead before you've
I believe
reloaded.
him.
Kill him.
My turn.
He did promise.
Why won't you die?
Beneath this mask, there is more than flesh. This mask, there is an idea, Mr. Creedy. And ideas are bulletproof.
V! Oh, stop your bleeding.
Oh, please don't. I'm finished. glad of it.
Don't say that.
I told you only truth. And everything changed. I fell in love with you, Evie. Like I no longer believed I could.
I don't want you to die.
That's the most beautiful thing you could have ever given me.
Perimeter 1, we have enemy contact.
Hold it. Stop right there. Stop. Get your hand off that lever. Why are you doing this?
That this country needs more than a building. It needs hope.
Bloody hell, stand down! Stand down!
It's really made a big impact then. Like, massively.
It's time. Tell me, do you like music, Mr. Finch?
Oh my god. Wow. That was amazing.
Who's Edmund Dantes? And who's my father and my mother, my brother, my friend? Who is you and me? No one will ever forget that night and what it meant for this country. I will never forget the man it meant to me.
That ending was so good. I did not see that come in at all. I thought something big was going to happen with like all the people. I thought they were going to just protest and like take over. I did not expect that to happen to Parliament and Big Ben and everything. That was crazy. It makes sense now. I don't know why I didn't actually see that come in because of the context of Guy Fawkes, but I got quite emotional at the end as well. Like a little bit when he was dying, but more so when she was watching it happen and like knowing that she went through all that stuff with her family and the things that happened with her parents, and then also the woman whose letter she was reading when she was like imprisoned. It just felt really emotional seeing her reaction that she was destroying the like controlling government. I didn't expect this film to be like that. I said when I was watching it that it was very Orwellian, like 1984. I just didn't know that it was going to be like that. I like that he never really took his mask off and we never really get to see him apart from the flashback with the fire and him walking out with the fire, but even then you can't really see him. I really enjoyed it. So I hope that you enjoyed watching V for Vendetta with me today for Bonfire Night. And if you did, then hit the like button and leave me a comment below. If you're in the UK, then let me know what you're doing for Bonfire Night. If you're not already subscribed, then please consider subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.